This is the 100th anniversary of the New Hampshire primary, started in 1916, but in 1952, it allowed the voters to begin to pick delegates with a designation as who they preferred. It has had interesting impacts over the years. Until 1992, nobody won the presidency without winning the New Hampshire primary. In 1968, for example, Lyndon Johnson won the primary here, but not very well. He didn't get 50%, he got 49%, so Johnson decided that perhaps he better not run. When I was governor in 1988, George Herbert Walker Bush came out of Iowa having lost the caucuses there. He actually came in third. When he got here, I told him to relax. We had done our homework for him, and he ended up winning by 9.5 and went on to the nomination of the presidency. We had the president shake 50,000 hands, and we took 5,000 Polaroid pictures of vice president then with our voters here. And my theory is always, if you have a picture of yourself and the vice president on the mantle, you'll work awfully hard to make it a picture of yourself and the president.
This is an exciting week for a lot of reasons. It is, after all, the process by which we choose who each party will nominate for the most important job in our country, some say even in the world. And it is up to New Hampshire voters to weigh in the first primary in the nation.
No matter what happens with me, I'd be a supporter of New Hampshire staying in the position it's in, because it just has a different feel to it, and they give people a real opportunity to come up here and prove yourself. They really test you. I had a woman today who came to an event I had this morning who said, "This is the third time I've seen you, and I finally just made up my mind." I mean, I don't think you're going to get that in many other places in the country, and I think folks, this is part of their DNA here, and I think candidates are going to want to continue to do this.
So this is the 100th anniversary of our presidential primary, which was really part of this whole progressive movement, women's suffrage, direct election of U.S. senators. The people in New Hampshire had said, well, you know, we should have a say in this. It shouldn't be picked by party bosses. We decided that the second Tuesday in March, when we have town meeting day in New Hampshire, that we would just have the polling spot open once and not twice to save money. So that's why we ended up the second Tuesday in March. And the second Tuesday in March then made us first. Candidates came here with very little name recognition, very little money, and they were able to compete and do well. And that's why so many candidates are here now, because they like this. They want to compete on an equal playing field, and they want to meet regular voters.
Oh, beautiful.
So what you see a lot of times on television in these personas that they have are very different than what they're really like behind the scenes. Some of them use profanity quite a bit, like Lyndon Johnson did.
I don't have a damn idea. Get the hell off the beach.
Fuck you.
He's a pussy. Beat the shit out of them.
Stay the hell out of it.
Some of them are very funny.
Do you ever worry that you might die in office or get Alzheimer's or some other disease that might affect your judgment?
Thanks for the question, you little jerk.
Some of them are not so funny.
And his face grew redder and redder as he said, "Tyranny in America? You know what that is? That's treason, I tell you, treason!"
It's a wonderful place to be, to see this behind the scenes. And I think if more Americans saw that behind the scenes, they would have a different perception of politics, which is vilified most often.
Is this on? Mr. Green, you turn on my... You asked for me if you would... I am paying for this microphone, Mr.
Good God.
What's the funniest or most bizarre email that you've gotten?
I got so many. I got to figure out which ones are not X-rated. That's the only problem.
Baby Hitler.
Baby Hitler.
We have a request for Baby Hitler.
I said, if you could go back in time and kill Baby Hitler, would you? I need to know.
And?
Hell yeah, I would.
For a while, our saying was always first, always right. But that hasn't been the case. You know, Bill Clinton broke that. Paul Tsongas won the New Hampshire primary. Barack Obama, for example, didn't win the New Hampshire presidential primary. It was very close, but Hillary Clinton did win. Money doesn't mean votes here in New Hampshire. Anything can happen in New Hampshire.
Good morning, everybody. Marco Rubio bot here. As I told people last night, Barack Obama knows exactly what he's doing. Barack Obama knows exactly what he's doing. Barack Obama knows exactly what he's doing. Oh, Chris Christie.
It used to be, in the old days, that it was not uncommon for politicians not to spend the night at the hotel, but to spend night in different houses. So they would sleep in a bedroom here or a bedroom there. It wasn't just to save money, it was that idea of relationships. Jimmy Carter slept in this house. And Jimmy Carter was notorious, everyone, for every time he met someone, he would handwrite a thank you note. I mean, it was this personal touch that was unbelievable. It was why he was so successful.
Jimmy Carter came to New Hampshire as an unknown. He was a former governor from a southern state. And he said, I remember New Hampshire. The rest of it is all kind of foggy to me, but I remember the things that happened in New Hampshire.
I have a vision of America, a vision that has grown and ripened as I've traveled and talked and listened and learned and gotten to know the people of this country.
Every presidential candidate, everyone with an ego bigger than a house, would show up in the state of New Hampshire, and they would show up on the Republican side and the Democratic side, and that you would be able to talk to them, and you would be able to touch them, and you would be able to open your house to them.
You have great smiling eyes.
Wow, that's the first time somebody has said that. Thank you.
Has anyone ever said, can I have a hug?
That they have said.
And can I have a selfie?
That they have said a few thousand times.
Can we?
Once
again, who's the best student?
Did anyone touch his hair?
You want to like them. You don't just want to vote for them. You want to like them. And that doesn't happen on the stage. But it happens when they put a little boy in their lap or they fall down on a ski slope. And then you suddenly realize they are like us. And you need to humanize them. People know when it's real, and they love it.
Last week, I bought my second pair of underwear.
Yeah.
That's a joke. All right. Please don't write it down. That was a joke.
I get the call from Bisquick because they are going to have a presidential pancake toss, and they need someone to sort of MC the event. This is the year 2000, and all the candidates are actually going to show up at this event because they want to show off their pancake prowess because they're all Bubbas too, you know. Then I see Gary Bauer coming in. And he gets up to the stage and he's looking at me and he's really kind of testy. And he grabs the pan and he pours in the batter and he goes back to flip and he falls off the stage. And you hear me screaming, going, oh no! I mean, I feel kind of personally responsible. And everyone's screaming and you see him get pushed right back up. I mean, they could literally lift him. He's really kind of small.